Prepare to stream live in the meeting. You guys probably will know before I do.
Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. We are live.
Oh. All right. Ha ha, we're live. Hello,
We made it.
everybody. Welcome to another day in the Milky Way.
And today is Friday.
Friday.
Chicka-chicka. Good one. I love
We're all
that.
happy here. And as you know, everyone, we got Lauri from Purelove Ascension and Crystal McArthur, who's joining us tonight as we're going to be diving into the spirit within us.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be great. I think we all got a little bit, you were bringing something to the table here just a little bit ago. So I think it's gonna, we can talk some more about that. And if you want to go on with your message, Lauri, I think you should tell your message, what you got from Brian.
Okay. I can do that. No problem. So everybody, we were chatting about this before we came on, and my spirit guide, Eric Meadows, connects me. I connect to him with a pendulum. I've been doing this for about 2 years. And when my dad passed away, it was very traumatic. And I looked for everything I could find on after death, what happens when you die, all of that. And I was immersed in all this stuff. So next thing I know, I'm connecting with Eric, and because I was watching Channeling Eric with a K. Anyway, so I've got a few messages for everybody. And the first one I had was for Robert, and this is from Brian, okay? And I was just telling these guys, I actually talk to Brian more than I do, more in spirit than I ever did before. So his message to Robert was, you're doing a great job and carry on heavenly. He says to the Soul Tribe, this is for the whole Soul Tribe, I am with each and every one of you, and I love you all the time. And there is a message too for Trina. Trina, I miss you, my best friend. Please don't be down about me anymore. So it's important to remember, and I was told by my dad that when you guys have really mixed emotions and you feel down and you're hurting about the whole thing, they feel that 10 times over. So the best thing you can do is keep a good positive memory about them, and then you're not feeding that energy to them, and it's overwhelming for them. So they said the best thing you can do is always think of them in a happy moment or something that they did that made you laugh, and that helps them out too, because it's hard on them as well. My spirit guide, Eric Meadows, also said that if anyone needs my help, please just ask. I love all the Soul Tribe members. So if anybody needs any help, just in your mind, ask for Eric Meadows to come and give you a hand, and trust me, he will. And he's given us a lot of healing for my family as well. So really important to understand that. But Brian wanted you guys to have that message, and Brian, I did my part.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Bet. My pleasure.
Yeah.
It's good to help.
Yep. You know, see, and that's the thing. We all have talents to bring to the table. You know, you can connect. You know, Crystal, she just feels. I can tell that she feels like everything.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
everybody's emotion. She just breaks down and starts crying about everything.
That's
there
that
she
empath
goes.
thing going on.
I'm gonna make her crying.
Aw.
I'm sorry.
We love you, Crystal. You're such a sweetheart.
I know.
You really are.
I pick up on things that you guys can't get anything past me. I know you think you might. I will let you, because I love you and I respect everyone's privacy. And because when you're as sensitive as I am, you know, as I've matured in life and things, you've had to learn boundaries, that it's not appropriate to, like, if I'm going to ask you something, if you don't want to share with me, it's okay, because I already know anyway. I'll leave that up to you to keep. That's a privacy, a boundary thing. and I respect and honor that. But I will feel what's going on past even the subconscious mind that is suppressed. But I keep that to myself. That's nobody's business. And if that person wants to know what more I'm feeling of them, then I will reveal what I'm feeling. And either it resonates or it doesn't. It doesn't have to resonate every time. It's just what I'm picking up on, you know,
Wow.
on a
You're
real
a
deep
true
soul
empath.
level.
Yeah, you're a true empath. I know people like you, and yeah, you can't get nothing past them. That's for sure. They already have your number.
See, and that's the thing. You gotta, Crystal, you gotta hone in on stuff and then focus and then improve your you know, it's like tying your shoelace. If you do it once and you learn how to do it, but if you do it all the time, you can do it without even thinking about it, and then it just happens.
Repetition.
The repetition happens. But once you focus and concentrate on it, you'll develop your talent better and more anyway. You know, because Lauri, I'm sure that didn't just happen for you overnight. I mean, you just,
this is two years of I asked Eric, I said, how much time have I spent on YouTube? And he said, you're at 170,000 hours in 2 years. He goes, you are nonstop. And I was literally anything and everything I could get my hands on to just give me more information. I felt like a sponge the whole time, just soaking up all this information. And Trina was a really big part too, because those books that she was reading, I had some major aha moments with that. And you know, so all these bits and pieces, the Milky Way, Brian, Wayne Steiger, I watch a lot of the Kevin Moore show. He does a lot of interviews with psychic mediums that do a lot of channeling. And that was very interesting stuff. Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm finding out that I need to read and fill my brain with stuff, you know, so I can be knowledgeable about these things. And then I'm starting to connect, and, you know, I got the crystal and I got the rods of Ra from Marsha Price. Thank you very much.
Yeah, those are great. What did you think about that?
You know, I just like before I get ready for the show, I just hold them in my hands and I psych up for them, you know, and it just charges me. So, you know, I mean, I'm trying to use them. Maybe I need a little guidance on how to use them, but I don't know, but I'm trying.
Do you feel it when you hold them? Do you feel? Okay, so you know what I did? I went and got my little ohm meter, and I put my ohm meter on there. And yes, there is a electrical charge on that. You can really feel the electrical charge. Yeah. The first time I used it, I felt this buzzing all over the top of my head, and it was the oddest feeling. And I knew it was working. And I had it about 20-25 minutes in my hand, and I was just kind of meditating with it. But that was the first experience I had with it. It also helps really well with headaches, and I know Marsha Price uses that for her headaches, and it really helps a lot. I got, can I share?
Yeah, sure.
I got these Mystic Monday holographic cards, tarot cards. They're super cool. And I've been playing with it. My sister and I've been playing around with it, and I've been going, can I pull a card for you? Can I pull a card for you? But they're really cool. They've got a really cool back. Wow. And then these are all holographic on the side.
Oh, yeah.
And look at the colors of these.
Pretty.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
So
that's great.
Yeah, really cool. So I don't know. Eric said that he made sure that I got these. He said, this deck is for you. So, and when I got it, I just felt like a real connection to it, but really cool. I always like to share the I call them my spiritual toys.
Yeah, exactly. Nice. I've been thinking about getting a set of cards, you know, so we can pull some cards on the show. I've been really drawn towards the runes, you know. I don't know why, but that just seems to be calling to me. I have no idea why, but I've had it on my eBay watch list like forever, and it just keeps coming up like, hey, go buy me, get me.
Yeah, definitely.
And I actually know somebody that will for you out of old oak trees. And I'll give you the information after the show because I'm not quite sure if they want to be publicized, if that's what they do.
Yeah,
But
that'd be
there
awesome.
could be there can be some connection in your genetic code
Yep.
to why you are connected. There is actually a resurgence to people making and using runes actually recently even. So there's a big resurgence of the old paths because they're organic and they resonate with people's genetic codes from all of their ancestors and things. So there's a reason for that for sure.
That Celtic Irish thing is really, I mean, most of us are part Irish. So yeah, it's in your DNA for sure.
Yeah, and it resonates with you. Well, let's say who we got in the chat.
Oh, most
room
definitely.
Here. We got I'll read it off the top here. Debbie Bell, welcome.
Debbie Bell, hi Debbie.
Gary Baxter, Trina Phoenix.
Trina.
We love you. Agent Queen Tarot.
All right.
Now she's somebody that I'd like to have a chat
She's
with about cards.
Really good at the tarot cards.
Yeah,
really good.
So Queen, you just send me an email. Let me know what kind of cards I should get. I mean, I know you pull cards and do that kind of stuff. Lost in Space. Welcome. Julianne Payne from across the pond. Oh man. She sent me a really good thing, and I'm gonna put together some of them and read them for you guys one of these days because it is really cool. I mean, she has some really good stuff.
She's amazing.
Who else do we got? Truth in Me. Welcome.
Truth in Me. Good to see you.
Darth Samuel. And
Darth's in the house.
And Milky's mom. And
Hi, Brenda.
And I have seen I think I've seen Al in here somewhere.
Big Al.
He's out on the road somewhere here. Let me pull this thing up.
Keep your eyes on the road, Al.
David Castle's here.
Hi, Dave.
Teresa Dianon.
Teresa.
I think I said that right. My tongue gets twisted. Let's see who else we got. Anybody I'm missing? No, I think I got everybody that I can see. We got about 15 people. Hey, well, I think I got everybody. But anyway, thanks for coming. See, now I got a second screen and I can look. I got it over there instead of looking on my phone. Like this, so I can pay attention in a corner of my eye. I'm looking. And
on the bus where they have the big mirror up there, and you pay attention to everybody. That's what you're doing right now.
That's right. I'm driving the bus.
Out of high school, I drove a school bus. I had a 78 passenger school bus with about 70 kids on it right out of high school. And the first kid that got on the bus wanted to know where the bus driver was. I was 18, 17, 18. I said, I'm the bus driver. I have a seat. And he said, you're not the bus driver. I sat down in the seat, put the safety belt on, put the key in it. And there were 70 kids like this. It was crazy. It was fun.
Jeez, that's enough to get you.
Yeah.
One of the kids is driving the bus. Everybody, hold on. Wasn't there a movie? There was a movie like that.
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was a good job.
Al says Perry's driving his bus.
Oh, cool.
He's riding shotgun. Who else? I seen somebody in here. I haven't. Walking Water. Welcome.
Oh, well, that's a good one. I like that.
Yeah. New. Well, good. I'm glad people are coming in. We're
welcome
trying
everybody. That's great. Yeah,
that's right. We're trying to get everybody together and get things going, and just kind of carrying on for Brian. I mean, I don't want to lose what he started. That's the thing, and I don't think anybody here does.
No. And I know he's very proud of what he started because wasn't he a big fan of Wayne Steiger, and that kind of catapulted him into doing his own thing. And it's funny because he catapulted me into doing my own thing. So there's been this momentum going. Yeah. So pretty cool stuff.
That's right. And now we're all doing stuff. I think, this was like a catapult because, it was like, it's time for us to step out, instead of, I mean, we could all just went, oh, he's gone,
Yeah.
and then just went our separate ways, but
No.
we didn't. We banded
Nope.
together. We all worked together, and look at where we are now. We're back
Oh,
on the air.
That's right. We're here.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
So,
Crystal, I love that. You're so cool. I love you, Crystal. You're the best.
okay. Well, anyway, I've been reading a new
love you,
book.
honey. I love you so much.
Speaking all this, been reading my new book. Wayne. Speaking of Wayne, getting everybody started. If you all see that, he suggested this book. Very good book. Oh my goodness,
Really?
I am enjoying the heck out of it. It's it's a real simple read. I see it. It's big, big gaps in there, easy words.
Easy reading. Yeah.
Yes, very easy reading. And there's not many pages to this. What do we got here? 108 pages. So, I mean, it goes real fast. So I'm reading that.
Cool.
You guys want to know what I'm reading?
What are you
reading? Something complicated?
I'm reading Uppity Women of the Renaissance.
Oh.
Ooh. Uppity women. Not just uppity women.
Uppity women and
wow, that sounds intriguing. I'm intrigued. Cool.
It is. You must read this book. It
Very
is
cool.
absolutely jaw-dropping in every way about women's history and our role has, back in those times, how it's been kind of obscured.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quite eye-opening, honestly. Like, whoa.
Wow.
Interesting.
Very good book. It's by Vicky Leon, and I highly, highly recommend it.
I'll check that out.
Not that big of a read, I mean, it's good, but it's been riveting since the first chapter, so I can't put it down. It's so fascinating. So highly recommend it.
Great. Lots of good books.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. I know. The worst part about it is I start a book and then I get reading another books, like I'm doing the teachings of the Far East or whatever that one, and then I got this one going, and then I got the holographic universe. Trina, tomorrow night holographic
your turn,
universe.
Trina.
Yes. So
that's a tough read. That's a tough read because I started reading that and I was like, man, this you got to really pay attention to the words. And I even had to look up how to pronounce his name.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, I was telling Trina the same thing. I'm going there and I'm like tongue tied. And then she started reading and it's like, a little bit of pressure off me. And I don't know, Trina, you were, having a little bit of trouble there too. I think it was going a little slower. Not that you can't read. It's like, it's just tough.
Yeah, it is.
I don't blame you. She cruised through like a champ though.
Yeah, she's good at that for sure.
Awesome.
Well, I was going to do, I'm trying to figure out, I'm having tech issues because all I have is this silly phone, but I think I'm going to go ahead and get a hold of The Light of Egypt in a physical copy, because trying to download the PDF in the on my phones and all these programs wanting me to subscribe and all this stuff, and listen, I really need a physical book, and then I'll record and then send that to David Berry 75, and then he's just going to do visuals to me reading The Light of Egypt. So
awesome.
I'm working on it, guys. Let me get the physical book and then we'll get going on that.
Looking forward to it. Great. Good. Fantastic.
Yeah. Like I was suggesting too, is there's these apps you can use to make your own podcast. And you gotta get hooked up on that. I mean, it's real fun because I put my headset on and then I just read into my headset. And it goes right on a thing, and I hit the button. Bam! There, I got a podcast immediately.
Perfect.
Awesome.
I mean, it's awesome. It's free. It's free. So,
love free.
Yeah, everybody
free
loves the free. So now there's things. See, now I do things like I made a book. So I took. Remember when Wayne was getting this, he was reading from source. Remember that?
I do.
And,
yeah.
Well, and then he had all the letters, and I printed them off and I put them in these nice little pages, and I put them in a folder, and now I have a book of it. Well, anyway, since we were going to talk about the spirit stuff today, I decided to mark out a few things to get us started. Okay.
Okay.
And I don't know why, but I was paging through and it just said, stop here, read this. So I'm following that inner voice inside me that's telling me to point these things out. So I put notes down, and I don't know why, but when I stopped, it just stopped. So,
wow. Well, it's meant to be.
Yeah, I'm going to turn the light on for this. Okay, and I'm going to start us out. We can discuss this. And I'm only going to do a paragraph because that's what it told me to do. So I'm listening to the inner voice in me to tell me what to do.
Trust it, for sure.
Yes. Okay. When other people try to get you to see their point of view, just accept it as their point of view. Don't argue with them that they are wrong. Don't tell them that they have no idea what they're talking about, because guess what? Just because you don't see it the way they do doesn't make it any less true than what you believe. To them and to what they have experienced, it is their current truth. This is the same for everything that is around you. Your education, your government, your languages, they are all points of view of others. Can you accept their truths as your truths? Sure you can. That is your choice. However, don't try to make them accept your truth as their own. If if what you say feels right to them, then it will become their truth. You do not have to work at this. You plant the seed and it will grow. It is all working towards the same goal. Each of you is to learn everything that you can for yourself, to experience all that you can through what you were given. You were not put here to try and live the lives of others. Do not covet thy neighbor's belongings nor their lives. Live your own life. Be your own person. Don't let others control you and who you are. Don't try to control others and who they are. And I thought that was a good lesson. That was about, that's you being your own spirit. And what's inside you is to be for you, not for anybody else.
Right. I've been running into that quite a bit lately, where people are very opinionated about what their thoughts are about things. Even like the mask thing, to mask or not mask, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I've just been letting people, I'll ask them, how do you feel about that? What's your opinion about it? I'm curious as to what you think, what's your take on it? And then I'll give them my take, and I just let them know that's how I see it, but that doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means that that's how I see it. And it's the same thing for them. But sometimes that's hard for people to do, because the spiritual, when you're an awakened being, so to speak, man, you pretty much want to tell everybody. You want everybody to share.
Sorry about that.
You okay?
No, there's a huge storm and there's lightning and all the windows are open, and now the dog's running around and all the windows are blowing out, and I gotta close my windows. Okay, sorry about that. Got close windows because there's no AC up here.
Yeah, weather happens, right?
Really loud, and now it's all like I can't even hardly hear.
Wow. It rains there a lot, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And just before the show, I seen clouds, and I was like, "Oh, okay, well,
here it comes." Yeah,
here it comes.
Huh.
Yep. Oh, I see Marcia Price dropped in. Hello, Marcia.
Hi, Marcia. How are you?
Yeah.
Glad you could make it.
Yes. You got the rods of raw here. We just talked about that.
I love mine.
Yeah.
I need to get a hold of some of those.
Yeah. I thank her for
Sure.
them. I really got to send her a thank you letter yet. I mean, I've been pretty busy and, doing, and then now I'm on this 10-day work stretch. So it's been I mean, I'm lucky I got on here. I'm on, so,
yeah, you're always burning the candle at both ends, aren't you, Robert?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on call, and I had one of the guys at work, a friend. He's filling in for me until we get done with the show, and then
oh, good.
back
That's
to work,
great.
you know.
Yeah,
So,
right on.
So if he's listening,
That's commitment.
Thank you. I wouldn't be here anyway. So it's all good. So it's all good. But yeah, you know, that's back to the thing with the mask and crap. It's just that you know, we're yeah, a lot of people are trying to, I think it should be your own free will if you want to put it on, if you want to go that direction. But when they mandate it and they say you have to, then we're going to the other part where it's saying, just like I read out of there, where somebody is trying to force their ideas, their beliefs on you. And it should be a free choice. But at that point you feel control, like, and eventually I think people are going to lash out at that. I mean, you know, that's what things do. I mean, even animals. I mean, I'm a good person with the horses and the dogs, but when you do something to an animal to a point, and they rebel.
Yeah. That's how I feel. I don't like being told what to do. I don't like it one bit. I never have. I never will. But I do understand why people wear them. I know that it makes them feel comfortable, and also protected. And I get that. But for me personally, that's not my game. I don't like it. I don't like going in and having to do that. But I understand why. And I respect the people's rights to do that, and that they feel that they need to do that. And that's kind of like what you're talking about, your little paragraph, you know, allowing people to be the way they want to be, and then you be the way you want to be. So what else can you do?
Yeah. Yeah. Crystal, how do you feel about the whole thing?
Well, I've had some experiences with that, but I can barely hear. So give me 1 second, because we have no AC up here, so we have all the windows. But now that it's rained and humid, I can't hear. So give me 1 second.
Do we need to send you a life raft or anything? You need you need some little wrist things to put on. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I just can't.
Little swimmers.
It's so loud that now I can't hear anything. So I'm gonna try to do the best I can here. I'm just gonna. I'm winging it. Wasn't expecting a storm so loud I can't hear, but I actually recently, one of my aunts was like, you know, there's only the one truth and way, and if you don't believe in that, you're going to hell.
Oh,
and
boy.
I was like, well,
that
oh my gosh, well, I love you, and I'm gonna send you nothing but love,
right?
Because that's what I am. I am love, and compassion for where you're at on your journey.
There you go. You just said a mouthful right there.
I did, and I told her, I was like, and I know that you're doing this because you care for me, and because I know that you care for me, I will take that as a compliment and not a curse.
Right.
Because it's her capacity to love is in that expression of, I'm so worried for your soul that I'm concerned.
Yeah.
So, okay, I will, that's how I translate that. But I didn't go around and shove, hey, you know, if you don't use these crystals, you're never going to ascend down her throat either.
Yep.
So I did not reciprocate that energy.
It's self-choice. Yeah, it's the choice. It's just the way you choose to be. Walk in your truth. Respect people's opinions. Let them have their own opinions. Yeah. Know that they're in a different place than you are, and it's all good. You know, it really, truly is. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I picked out another one, Crystal. Since you can't hear much, you just have to. Hopefully, you hear this. So I got another paragraph. This somehow. Now, I tell you, this was very random. I mean, I literally paged through here and just went, and it said, stop.
Yep.
Why? I don't know. And I went right.
Just like pulling a tarot card, Robert. It's just like pulling a tarot card. They're meant to be.
That's
they come out at you.
Now, I've read these a million times, I have, but yet I can never remember. I can remember them, but I have no idea which page is which. But I love reading them. I read them over and over. I mean, I really do. So thank you, Wayne. I don't know where you got these, but they're awesome. Um, okay, here. You are finally starting to see through this illusion and see it for what it is. You are waking up to the reality that for too long have you allowed too few to control everything. You should all be controlling everything. You have the internet that links all of you to the world, to each other. You have the ability to reach around the world in a blink of an eye, and yet you still allow for local control through government. Why? Do you really believe that your government or any institution really cares about you and your family? Do you believe that any large company that is concerned with turning as large a profit off of you really cares about your well-being? I promise you that they don't. I promise you that all they care about is the greed that drives them. This is why it is up to you, to all of you, to start waking others up and showing them the things that you are learning without getting more and more people to wake up. You will not be able to change this as long as these companies and institutions think they can make money off of you. Nothing will ever change. Now, does that I tell you, I mean, I did not look for it. I swear I just paged through it and it pointed me to this and I thought, wow. Like it's like whoever wrote this for this time and space and point.
It's a timeless statement. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a timeless statement. It is very pertinent right now, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I think too, the reason that so many of us, and I see David Knoll. Hi, David. I watch you all the time. I don't always comment, but thanks for being here.
Yeah,
Of your
David
stuff.
Knoll's
I
in the
always
house.
listen. Yeah, he's a great guy. Very, very wise. Lots of wisdom to pass on. I really like him a lot.
Yeah.
But it's kind of pulling all of us into this situation. And how awesome is it to have the technology to do this? Now think about this. 10 years ago. I mean, look how much your cell phone changes it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know? But this is amazing that all of us can come together and find a place to group together and give your opinions and talk and get to know all these people in chat. I mean, and I'm starting to feel this energy that everybody talks about. This is pretty cool because I can feel that. Crystal, can you feel that energy as well?
Oh, it's been building for me since I was 14 years old.
Wow.
So I've had some pretty profound experiences that has been over time accumulating, or how you, I can't figure out the word.
Culmination?
Yeah, the culmination to a huge grand finale that I've already seen. And now I'm just working out all the beautiful steps to that. And everything is being stitched together in this beautiful, rich tapestry.
Yes.
And trust me, there's some rough things, but I promise everyone that we're gonna get through this. Yeah. And it's gonna be the most beautiful, amazing zenith of cosmic prophecies coming true. So I do feel like everything is accumulating and into this big, huge. It's coming. It's all coming. I felt it since I was 14. I've been feeling and witnessing and observing and feeling this happen. So.
Wow. You know, Dolores Cannon talked a lot about in the Akashic Records. She talked about that tapestry that's in there, and that we're all a part. You're all a part of that weave of that tapestry. And I found that to be very fascinating because that would connect us all spiritually, wouldn't it? I mean, that's how you're able to be a part of everything.
Yeah.
You know? Pretty.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. And it's, you know, we got to connect. And even though we might not have the psychic powers or whatever, we have the internet. And like it was saying, you know, we can reach out and look, we talked to Julianne Payne, and she's
Yep.
halfway around the world, and we can talk
Right.
to her instantaneously. Like
Yeah,
we
she's
have
probably
psychic
having
powers.
lunch right now. Oh no, wait.
Well,
That's when
yeah,
she's on Wayne's show. She's always talking about having lunch. So I kind of know what time it is.
Yeah.
When
something like
funny.
that. Either that or
Yeah.
she's having breakfast, and now it's
yeah,
lunch.
she's feeding somebody. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing, and then we need to wake people up. Well, waking people up and with their and it's the wakening not of but with their spirit waking up and saying, hey, but you got to feed them that nugget of knowledge, and then
Yes.
they say, hey, I'm not asleep, because a lot of people are just like zombies. I swear.
Yeah.
Have you met the zombie people?
I just listen.
You mean The
just,
Walking Dead?
I just watch. They call it the fluoride glaze. The fluoride glaze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just plant seeds and walk away. I'm like,
yeah.
Plant them and run.
Yeah, that's all you can do is plant the seed.
Crystal.
And I always had that little saying of, that you get the chicken and you have a cob of corn, and if you throw the whole cob to the chicken, it does it no good. But if you give it one kernel at a time, you'll have a big, strong, healthy chicken. Now the corn kernels are knowledge. And if I just had one big giant book of knowledge and I said, okay, here, this is everything you ever need to know. Yep. There you go. That person would get that book, throw it on the counter.
Spoon fed. Yes.
Yeah. And they would throw it on the counter and say, well, I don't need to learn anything. Everything's right in that book. I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah. Absorb it all like that. Go ahead and try. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But
no, it does take baby steps for sure. And you just one thing right after the other. And you have these aha moments all the time. And all of a sudden it just the bell rings and the light goes off and you're like, wow, that's amazing, But that's what enlightenment is. It's just like constantly you're on a roller coaster. You're going up and then you're coming straight down and you got the thrill of that ride and then you got some turns and twists. And I mean, such is life, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and look at Crystal's a good example. She just had some big twists. She's in Florida and then now where you're Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee. Yeah. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, please keep all your hands and feet inside the ride at all times.
That's funny. Yep.
Well,
and don't feed the Archon. Please don't feed the Archon.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
Just look away. Look away.
Look away. Exactly. But that's exactly it. You're on the roller coaster ride. I know you've had some good stories that you've mentioned that you up and down and this and that and all these other things.
And I'm the crazy lady in the front seat, in the front cart, going,
woo! And you can see it coming. That's the problem. You can see it coming.
Mm-hmm.
That's the scary part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. And nobody sees it quite like you.
That's true. No.
We're all in our own front seat. That's the whole point.
You're all in the driver's seat. That's right.
Yeah. And that's we're in the driver's seat, and you can't tell another person what it is because they're in their own driver's seat.
That's right.
And a lot of people want to think that they can be you. They're not.
Yeah.
They are definitely not.
Just be you. Just be authentic. Be yourself. And I know sometimes that's hard for people to do. And confidence has a lot to do with that. But if you could just stand in your truth and just, be the person, it's just like Brian says, be the frequency you want to be. And once you start mirroring that with other people, and of course, you're going to run into people that don't resonate with that. And then you're going to run into people that do, and they'll respect you for it. They'll like you for it. But the most important thing, I think, is to just be true to yourself. Mm-hmm. And if you can do that, it doesn't matter what other people think. It just doesn't.
No,
absolutely.
Doesn't bother me. That's great. Hey, that's you. You do you all day long. And I'll do me and I'll walk my truth. And that's all I can do.
Stay in your lane.
Yeah, don't come over here and don't try to use that blinker on me because I'm just gonna squash you.
And that's the thing too. You know, we're all here to experience life, and I've this is the big thing for me. Many years ago, it's that I said, you know, I need to get out there and do more than just go to work, go home, go to work, go home. Because what is that? I might as well just, you know, I might as well not exist if that's it. I see the same thing every day, do the same thing every day, eat the same thing every day. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to be doing this. Oh,
creatures of routine.
You know, yeah. And then it's like, oh, at the end of my life, what am I going to say? Oh, well, you know, well, I watched some TV.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I went to work.
Do you want to feed your brain or do you want to just be entertained the whole time? See, that's the biggest thing that I'm learning. I don't watch very much TV anymore. But I do like to play games. I do a lot of gaming. I have an Xbox and I do like to play games. But
really?
I play sophisticated games like the Assassin's Creed. My sister and I are totally into it. But and it's fascinating. It's really cool and it's factual and historical, and that's the cool part of it. But just the mindless stuff, you know, the news constantly feeding you the crap, the garbage that's out there. Digest this, listen to this. We're telling you this is how it is. And it's like, not in my world. It's just not in my world that way. I just don't see it that way. You know,
it's like, this is your new reality. And I'm like,
yeah, it's not my reality. Yeah, well, it's not my reality.
Well, and that's the thing. Exactly. We are, and we create. And we create our own reality. And the reality that I wanted to create was not one where I go to work, go home and do nothing, go to work. And I wanted to go out and experience the world. And I did a lot of that. And, you know, and so far I've been pretty lucky to have a job that, you know, lets me get out and go and do stuff. And now it's kind of changed a little bit, which isn't so good. And I don't quite like it so much because, you know, I'm a little more strapped. And I want to get out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I remember when you called in on the first show that Brian had, where he had to call in and he was kind of not sure how that was going to play out and if people were going to call. And then when you did, he was really surprised. And I remember you, I'm pretty darn sure, if my memory serves me correctly, you were the first one to call and you broke the ice. And I wanted to so bad that day. I wanted to call. Didn't you, Crystal? Did you want to call really bad that night?
I did, but at the time, my phone service wouldn't allow me in.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it, and I wanted to, but that's when I kind of broke through that fear thing and just decided, you know what, I'm going to do this. And you got to kind of be courageous when you do things like that. You really have to. But you broke the ice. So my point was, you broke the ice. And you really started, you know, interacting and connecting with them and everything. And that kind of got the ball rolling. And that's when I decided that I'm going to do more of this, because I feel like it's really important that people know how you feel about things and that you share those ideas, you know. And this group, you're able to do it with no judgment. You're accepted. You're loved. You get more love out of this group. And of course, Wayne's group and people that are doing this. And I'm starting to see more and more people, new people in the chat. And that's exciting for me because they're resonating with the message too. And that's cool. You know?
Yeah, it is very cool. I mean, and like you said, we're all different here and we're all accepting, which is really good because normally, if you told them that you were connecting to your friend, what's his name? The medium there?
Oh, Eric Meadows.
Eric Meadows. Okay.
Yeah, Meadows.
I forgot. Sorry, I'm really bad at names.
Anyway. I think his father's Norwegian. That's the Meadows. His mom is from Spain, Spanish.
So the thing is if you just told normal people that, they would say, cuckoo, you know, but to us, to us,
Not crazy. Yeah.
we're like, yeah, cheering you on, and it's encouraging. Versus they normally before us they would be saying, she takes some drugs, you need to put her on the...
I get the okay crazy lady, okay crazy lady.
Exactly.
That's my nickname. That's my nickname. I'm the crazy lady.
I was just gonna start getting to you, Crystal. You're the girl from Venus,
Yes, I'm like a crazy lady. Oh my gosh. When I met my mate a long time ago, they were like, oh, hey, dude, I think that crazy lady likes you. And so he goes, honey, you're going to be my crazy lady for life. I was like, oh,
that's so cool. That's so cool.
Hey, I'm Crystal, happy to oblige.
I got to ask you, how's the kitty doing?
Oh, Trinity?
Yeah.
She's downstairs right now, but she's almost 5 pounds now, y'all. She just broke out of her collar because her neck is so thick. Me and her both have double chins. And she is just getting so big. Like, oh my gosh. She's so smart. Oh my gosh.
That's what happens when you feed them. Yeah, that's what happens when you feed them. They get bigger.
Gosh, she is a trip. She's a trip.
Yeah, she's a cool little cat. I love cats.
Amazing. Oh, she's something else. But she is a whippersnapper. If I just feed her a little, I braise livers and feed her a braised liver, she's like pinging off the walls, like I gave her kitty crack or something. Like, what is wrong with this cat? She'll be looking at spirits and stuff, looking around, going, I'm like, what are you looking at?
Wow.
She's intense.
She's a pretty little cat. Yeah, she's sweet.
She's intense.
I had to ask. I'm sorry.
That's all right. This is a family show. We can ask about the cat.
Yeah.
She's crazy. She's so intense, but she's so sweet and so loving. She sucks her thumb and curls up on a blanket. She still kind of suckles because she's never breastfed with her mother, so she cuddles up on her blanket and kind of does a cat suck thumb weird thing.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Just don't get 42 of them, and then you won't be the crazy cat lady.
You'll be the crazy cat lady.
I want to.
You would be the crazy cat lady.
Oh, that's funny.
Anyway, stumbling in back to what you were saying before about us being all crazy and everything. Now, this plays into the next page that I turned to. Now, needless to say, this was like 10 pages later, and I turned to it and I said, there it is. I don't know how I came to it. So whatever it was, I don't know how I got it. But here we go. This is one more paragraph. We need to remember that nothing in life matters is on the outside. How fitting this is. Wow. Everything that matters is on the inside. Your vehicle cannot do its job without an engine. Your cabinets serve no purpose if they are empty, but only if they are full. What your refrigerator looks like means nothing if it can't keep your food cold. The same can be said for the human. What is on the outside matters not. If it is on the inside is spoiled. If your heart, mind, soul are not functioning properly, then what you look like on the outside is going to have no effect on how you are perceived. People may think you are beautiful on the outside, but ugly on the inside. If everything on the inside is not working in balance, then everything on the outside will also be out of balance and won't function as the Creator intended for them to work, just like your car.
Interesting.
So, I mean, it's just like, but that's what we were saying, so what, you're crazy, but you're good. You're all of us are good people on the inside. Yep. And you can just tell by the energy, like you were saying, you're feeling the energy. Crystal, if you had a bigger phone, you probably feel it better too.
But listen, in Alice in Wonderland, she was saying, somebody, I forget who the dialogue was, but it was, we're all bonkers here, and the secret is the best ones are.
Yeah. My mom used to tell us when we were kids that pretty is only skin deep, but ugly goes clear to the bone.
Yeah,
you're only as pretty as you treat people.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
So once again, you fall back on be the frequency you want to receive.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, so it just keeps coming back around to, you know, it's how are you going to treat people? Are you going to treat people the way you want to be treated? And then you're going to run into those people that don't get it and they don't care. They're just mean and nasty. And all you can do is send them love and just go, you know, I love you. I wish you the best. You know, I'm not going to say anything negative about them. I'm not going to judge you. I'm just going to go, well, that's some shizzle right there. That's your deal.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, that's your deal, not mine, but I respect it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I think that's why we all get along so good, because the frequency we want to receive is the one that we're putting out. We're all putting out the same. You know,
and we're all attracted to that. Yeah, the frequencies find each other. Even in the etheric realms, those frequencies find each other. They're a match, and that's what we're finding here. Is we are matching. We're connecting to those frequencies. We're like attracts like.
Yes. And but can you imagine if we all perceived the cosmos in this world as around the same?
Yeah.
Oh, it'd be so
boring. Oh, totally. Yeah. Why do you think we come down here? Because if everything's bliss and total love, and I'm sure it gets boring. I'm sure that's why we come down here, is to experience the opposite of what we're doing there. You know?
Well, yeah, because without the physical world, I mean, you know, whatever ghost sat down to a dinner plate and ate your food, you know, to see how it tasted. They can't, you know, they can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never was a.
That is a big thing they miss. I was talking to my guide about that one time, and I said, "Do you miss food?" And he goes, "I go, what's the number one food you miss?" And he says, "Pizza."
Love pizza.
Pizza.
So go out and eat plenty of pizza, people.
Yeah.
So that boils down into the next one that I picked out. Now this is just, see this, I swear I seen this in my head somehow. Okay,
you're on it, Robert.
You need to learn to love yourself with all your heart, mind, and soul, and not fear what others are going to think. Until you can do this, you will never be able to know true love. You must learn to forgive yourself for anything that you feel guilty for. For since we are all one, if you can't love or forgive yourself, then you can't love or forgive me. I am you, and you are me, and we are we. Though you will notice you will always be judging yourself, and by judging yourself, you will be judging everyone else around you. If you are thinking that you are not beautiful enough, then you are judging everyone else that is not the person that you think is perfect, and you are judging yourself off of. Find some artwork and you think it is beautiful, and then ask others if they think it is beautiful. I promise you that no matter what artwork you pick, you will find at least one person that does not think that the art is beautiful. This is because they are judging it off of what they believe is beautiful instead of viewing things as beautiful in its own way. So there you go. And then you know, you have to love yourself. You have that one perspective, like we talked about before. You only have that one view. You're sitting in the front seat. You're doing the thing. You're feeling it, and you can't. You know, don't fear anything. You know, comments on that part.
I had a story of forgiveness on that. Yeah, I had a story about that. I had an experience at a very young age. I won't go into the details, but it was, I left my body. I was not my body. And I was moving through this vision, is what I call it. I got to this point in the vision where I had to forgive my abusers, because up until that point in my life, I had had some very dark things happen to me. And it was, I'd carried guilt, like it was my fault. It's something about me. I'm dirty, I'm nasty, I'm bad. But when I got to this certain level of this ascension inside my spirit, I was being asked a question, and the question was, can you forgive them? And I said, yes. And I was asked, do you forgive me? And I said, yes. And then it came to the question, do you forgive yourself? And I said yes. And as soon as I said yes, I was asked, do you trust me? And I said, yes, I trust you. And I was like, I can't even tell you what happened after that because you will not believe me. But it was the most profound experience I've ever had in my entire life. So forgiveness will literally give you the keys to the kingdom of everything. Everything.
Yep.
That's how important it is.
Yes. Yeah. And it is hard for people. A lot of people have a hard time with self-love and forgiving themselves. You're harder on yourself more than anybody else could ever be.
Oh,
and that's the tough part. And that's where the work comes in. That's where you got to start working on that. And a lot of it too is that self-talk. You have to constantly, just like you have to treat your psyche as if you were a child. And you have to nurture it and send it love and say, it's okay. You had a bad day today, or you said something to somebody, you really wish you hadn't have said that. It's okay. Once the day's over, you just got to let it go and you start a new day. And if you can do things like that and just kind of start doing that kind of work and just know that you can move forward from this moment on. You don't have to live in yesterday's dialogue or with what you did with people. You can just keep moving forward, just those baby steps, keep moving forward. And eventually you're going to see it that way. You're not going to be going back anymore. So for me, I've been living in the now. The now is the most important thing to me. I have a lot of trauma in my past, in the past, some really heavy trauma too. But I am past that. I've made peace with that. And when you do that, it's like you said, Crystal, you get the keys, man. Now you got the keys to the car and you're driving. So
absolutely.
Woo! I love
give it
it.
to yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Anyway.
That is beautiful. Absolutely. I agree. You know, it's a forgiveness is a gift that you could give to yourself. You're giving it to others, but eventually it all comes back to the center.
It really does. It really does. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What a crazy ride this is, huh, you guys? I mean, it's just been so amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so thankful for it. I have so much gratitude and just thankful for the people that have been in my life, that have taught me lessons, you know, the hard lessons, that chaos. Man, that's when you really get you get the most out of it when you go through the chaos. And to me, that's exciting because, okay, now I know what the chaos is. I don't want any more chaos. Now I want to experience this joy and bliss. Okay, I got contrast. Where's the joy and the bliss? Well, it's here.
Yes.
I'm experiencing it on a daily basis.
Awesome.
Practice it. Yep.
Well, you go through that chaos to gain wisdom so you can enjoy the good stuff. I noticed that even with myself. It was always chaos of here and there. And then the smarter, I guess, I got and the more experience with things mellowed out and I made better choices because it's the choices you make. It's this whole thing is a big like chess game, you know, and move the piece. I don't know if everybody knows how to play chess, checkers, either way, it doesn't matter. It's still the same thing. You're moving your pieces, you're going the ways. Yeah. If you make bad choices, you're gonna get bad results. I mean, look at myself. I can go out there and do something stupid and get bad results and, you know, lose my job, break my car, you know, things like that, you know, just by silly doing stuff. And then your life may go all downhill. And for what? Because I made a bad choice.
Hey, you know what? They asked a CEO one time, how did you get into this position and how did you learn all of this? By making bad decisions.
Because you
learn from those bad decisions how to make better ones. And that takes time in the 3D realm. It takes time to get to that point. Now there are some that are more evolved a little bit as far as their soul age and things, but generally the statute of coming up to that position takes really screwing up and learning.
When you know what you want, you know what you don't want.
But make sure that when you get what you want,
Mhm.
You want what you get.
Ooh, I like that. Very
Yeah,
nice.
it's
Yes.
the very, very
Good
good
point.
words. Very
Yep.
profound there. Yeah. And there's something to be said by that. And we only learn that after going through all that chaos,
Yeah.
you know, in the
Yep.
beginning. And, you know, you can't get it out of a textbook. You can't
Nope.
get it watching a video. You can't get it by, you know, just having your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa telling you, hey, you know, blah, 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 don't do that, you know.
Yeah.
And just like I'm sure your mom or whatever said, hey, don't eat that pizza, it's hot. And then you put it in your mouth anyway. And then
And you
how
go,
many
yeah,
times?
you're right. It is hot.
And then and you burnt your mouth. And then how
Yeah.
many times did it
Yeah.
take you to learn to
What do
say,
I do now?
I'm hungry, but I'm just gonna wait
Yeah.
5 more minutes and it'll be
Right.
cool before I
Right.
put it in my mouth. I know
Yeah.
it'll be good, just as good
Yep.
then as it is right now, but it won't burn me.
Yep. That's a good way to put it, Robert. Very good way to
Yeah.
put it.
Well, it looks like our hour is over. I
Just
want
like
to thank.
that.
Yeah, man, that goes fast.
Yeah, it
Oh
does.
my
I want to thank everybody for coming.
Thank
We got
you.
anybody else?
Thanks,
Gemini
everybody.
Ascension came. Centurion Sun. Brandy Robinson. Wow. Joanne Dancing Gypsy. I'm glad that y'all made it. Thank you very much. And we're gonna sign off and be the frequency you want to receive.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.